This is Kenpo Karate, Kenpo Politics, Kenya. Today, Sensei Kariangofo, Teacher Kariangofo, is going to talk with Kazo, the Kenyan judoka, on locks, arm locks. Yes, judo is a martial arts that involves many ways of defense and defeating the enemy. And there is a group, a repertoire of skills in locking. You are locked completely, you can't move. And today we're going to deal with one arm lock. And arm locks in Japanese are called Kansetsu, Waza. Kansetsu, Waza. Now, listen to Kansetsu, and to me it sounds like a bit of English and genge Swahili. Kamzetu, Kamzetu. Kenyans come together. Waza, tuwaze. So today we are going to learn Kansetsu, Waza. Kamzetu wa Kenya, tuwaze. And there is one arm lock, a standing stomach arm lock. You hold the hand, you pass it across, you lock it with the wrist, and you press it against the stomach. The enemy cannot be able to move. It is called Hara Gatame. For those who have been doing things wrong for us, it's about a year. I will not pronounce it. You can start now. Kenyans are waiting. And for those who are thinking of doing wrong, tema huo ubaya. So it is Hara Gatame. Uteme, tema kabla Kenyans hawaja kukujia. So Hara Gatame is a standing extension stomach arm lock. When you're locked in that position, you cannot move. It can even break the arm. It is a lock. It is a lock. You can't move, you can't do anything, you can't attack the enemy unless if he's careless and you are able to break out of the lock. Otherwise, when it's properly locked, you can't do anything. And from what I talked about the donkey speaking, I think in our present situation, politically we find ourselves there. Same thing, people running around, violence being shown around, and promises. That is when you find we are in a political arm lock. And it's very dangerous to go locked up to the political voting day, because that's where you make a big mistake. That's where you make a big mistake. If you want to buy something good in the market, don't go focused, I'm going to stall number so and so because of my friend. That time he may not have the best. Go walk around, shop around. Then if your friend has the best, buy there. If somebody else has the best, in buying, you go for the best. It's not who is your friend, who comes from your village, who comes from your town, who comes from your county. No. You shop for the best. But we have been locked in a situation where we are being given positions, we are being given villages, we are being given counties, we are being given parties, we are being given everything. That is the arm lock that comes politically during such a time. And we forget ourselves. We are locked. You think of the lock, my arm will break. So you're not able to think straight. So the first thing is, when you start a randori, that is a fight in judo, or a practice, an exercise, physical, you make sure that while you are grappling, you grapple nicely. You make sure you make moves that avoid those locks or the throws. But today we are talking about the lock. And what is our first arm lock? 1, propaganda. You watch it on TV every day. Many of you are reading it on the internet. So and so has got 6 ears. Yes, another one has got 15 mouths. That one has got 8 heads. Being told things that you know are not true. Avoid the propaganda. Look at those who are giving the propaganda. Do they not match the very propaganda they are giving? It's a season of propaganda. A season of calling things that have been done and have not been done falsehood or mistakes made elsewhere being put on somebody else. This is where we have the blame game. Yes, there is a wild rabbit. He keeps a wild rabbit in the room. The person has never been in the room. The other one tells you, yes, he had 7 tusks on the head. You've heard such a things. This is a time of propaganda. A time of lies. A time of influencing you so that you don't see the reality. Kenyans, stay calm. Kenyans, stay calm. Propaganda is all over in the media. Everywhere people saying this happens, when we do, we shall do that. You've heard them. I'm not going to mention. I don't want to appear to be siding with any place. But you've heard truth and falsehood. A lot of talk. Then there is the second. Yes. The second move. When you are on the tamati. Tamati is the mat. In the dojo is the hall or the war room. The second one is mind control. A judoka or a practitioner of judo. This is a war style that came from the warriors called samurais. Samurais were warriors. And when you are doing judo, you must have a warrior mind. Try to anticipate what the enemy wants to do. If he pushes to the right, pull to the left. He pushes, pull. He pulls, push. Because you don't know what he wants to execute. That is where we are. We have been given siege mentality. Our tribe is getting finished. Our party is ending. Oh, if we don't have so and so, the world will come to an end. When you are under such mind control, people telling you things they are doing and others they are not doing, things they are imagining and others that can be affected. Since long time we have been given things, stories. I liked the old politician. I loved him. He used to call himself the professor of politics. When the elections were over, he would tell stories. And sometimes he would tell Kenyans a story. He would say, sometimes you have to lie before you get married. Go to a girl, tell her, I have nothing, I'm a pauper, and we may stay in this type of life for the rest of our life. Even if she's desperate, she will say no. So mostly they ask, you tell them, if she asks, can you be able to get me a rocket to go to the moon? Yes, in fact, I'm in the process of preparing for the rocket. Just take it easy. Can you be able? Yes. Then hurry her up with the promises. Get married, make sure she has 1, 2, 3 children. When she opens her eyes, you tell her, now you see, this is our situation. Let's pull from here. Where do we start from? How do we move? That is the way politicians are taking you Kenyans. They're giving you promises. Heaven, call it. Tell them, will you bring Jupiter to Earth? That one is easy. In fact, I'm in the process of doing that. Try to find out what have they been able to do. Can they be able to do? What they are giving you, is it achievable? I may have big plans, big stories that will never be achieved. We've had big stories. When the founders were there was a time, by now we should not be having poverty, we should not be having illiteracy, we should not be having, name it, joblessness. Those things should not be there. They are there. It's the promises that people have been given. Siege control, mind control. If you lose me, you can never have a better one than me. That is me saying, check out my qualities. Do I fit the description I'm giving you about myself? Or this time I'll be telling you our town will not be on the map. You know, I don't get there, our town. No, it's not about the town. It's about the qualities. It's not about the tribe. It's about the ability. It's not on how handsome or beautiful one looks. It's about the ability to deliver. If somebody has a history, look at that history. Would you like that history repeated? Because what I've seen in Kenya, many politicians have promised, and 2 months after they are in election, they turn back to what they have been doing. Exactly the same way, they make it even worse. And then towards election, angels. This time I've done A, B, C, D. I'll do E, F, G, H. No. Do the judgment yourselves. Kenya, sit down as Kenyans. Don't be in a mental siege, mind control, amlock. You can choose to be. You'll have the same results. For instance, if you take tea leaves and put in water and boil with sugar and expect to have coffee till the end of the world, it will always be true tea. Anytime you put tea leaves and whatever, you'll never have coffee. You'll never have cocoa. So if you have been making it that way and it has been tea, change, look for cocoa, make cocoa. That is how it is. 3, verbatism. I told you about verbatism. Lots of endless continuous talk so that you are confused. You are always seeing people on the screen. So when it comes to choosing, you don't have any other choice. It's all that you have been watching on the screen. So who have we been watching? Who have we been watching? People keep talking all the time. They are in the screen. So you don't now reason about them. Who is most frequent? They're about 6, 7 figures. Those are the guys we are choosing. No. It's time you refuse. 1 year is a long time. We've wasted almost 4 years. This is the 5th year. Then waste up to the 6th year. And then be told that we are going to do this. And then start campaign on the 1st year. So Kenya is going to be and has been a country of campaigns. Campaign from when the elections have just been done to when the elections are being done. You don't have enough time to sit down and see this is what people have given. Please insist as citizens. You don't want this charade that is going on. What you want, people should do their work. Wait for those months that are given. They are stipulated within that time. Let them showcase what they have done and say what they can do within that time. Otherwise, for now, it's just confusion, babatism. We are caught up there. We are also moving around, shouting, yes, this one and that one has done A, B, C, D. That is a talk. By the time it comes to making choices, we'll be totally confused. Totally confused. Totally confused. Grappling with an effect of affecting a Hara Gatame hold. This is preparing to vote before the vote. Making moves that put you in a position so that when the voting time comes, you will be in a position. Let people leave IEBC alone. Let people leave these things of telling you this is how we shall go organized, because right now it's just getting you confusions. They are your politicians, they are there. They are going to set you in a certain situation and suddenly leave you there in a quagmire. Tell them, deliver towards that time. Give us your alignments. That is the truth. And that's how we have been. We have always been cheated, we shall be given the moon. And then we go like that. And then we are in a marriage. We are told we can't provide the moon. Now don't worry about the moon. I'm going to bring the next star. We are locked in that. Let's break out of that lock. Let's break out of that lock. Counter those things, not by going out physically, but in your mind. When somebody stands to tell you a lot of things, you had some hopes. They gave you policies. We were going to effect this. Sit down alone and try to find out of those things they gave you, how many have been effected and how many are they telling you they have effected. That one you can do it yourself. Be yourself. Don't move in a group. Don't move in a mob. About individuals, don't go for whatever parties. I wish even Kenya was a partyless state where one would just choose somebody because of somebody. Don't be cheated by parties. Don't be cheated by what we have messed up in that. Look at individuals. Look at individuals. Even if it is mixing everybody, mix. Even if you get somebody in the independent. I know some may regret they got someone on the independent. They have suffered. Some have enjoyed having somebody from the independent. Search for your own politicians. Find your own politicians. I know the parties are there moving. The parties are there threatening. But for goodness sake, that mentality is the one that puts us in this situation. Because you will come to hear something called a suit later. If you don't take us with a suit, so it means even non-performers will also be in there. People you don't know will also be in there. They come singing the party. And you are told now, party from up to down. That's how we have found ourselves in this quagmire. Then somebody is there. You start wondering, who elected this person? It is you who elected that person when you are going for your suit. It is you. It's not somebody else who elected him. It is you. And then, you know, when a lock is made, when a mind is made, when you've been put in a box, you've been put in a position that you can't move, then you are defeated before the fight. You are defeated before the fight. You've been locked. So you will go up to that time in that lock, and you will move within that time in that lock. Even if that lock is released, you've already lost. So be the judge. Award the points. Go for voting when you have a sober mind. Don't vote a tribe. Don't vote a party. Don't vote a region. Don't vote a town. Don't vote a county. Vote people who will be able to help you. That's the only way we shall get out of this quagmire. For now, ask them to reform. Don't go for these things you are being told, because that is how we get cheated. We are put in the game. We got confused. Then you will hear 3 months, 2 months, now voting time. You start saying now, when we start the other time, no. It is when you as the voters step down and say no. Let us now also use our mind. Don't give us only your thoughts, that we shall be able to get somewhere. Get out of the arm lock. For in the arm lock, you'll never achieve anything. You'll always keep complaining. This time, let it be different. Act as Kenyans, vote as Kenyans. Musicians have talked, people have talked, advices have been given. Most of us have never followed. This time, no money, no parties, no regions, nothing. Look at the people, and their capabilities. That's the only way we shall be able to do it right. I may be wrong, but that's my mind as a Kenyan, from what I've been seeing over the years. If we do it this time that way, we shall get it right. That is my take for now. Stop hacking.